Hello everyone, welcome to my channel ASP.NET Core, and today we are going to the next part of Angular Movies project. And in this video just I'm going to prepare first of all API, and in the API just I'm going to add first of all DB context class to communicate with the data. So here we have a data folder, and just I'm going to use in a project that is directly I'm going to use application DB context instead of repository pattern. So you know that everyone so here you can see that here we have application DB context and inherited with the DB context class, and DB context is actually exist in the entity framework core. So first of all, just I'm going to add a constructor in it here. So here we have a CTOR, that is the direct implementation of any class constructor. So it's a snippet, you can say. So here we have a DB context options in which you can provide the options parameter, and inside the DB context options you can just pass application DB context. Okay, so just pass it here, and you can see that your configuration is okay. And now after that you have to set a DB set for the class. So here we have a DB set models.genras and genras. Okay, now after that you just go for the app settings.json file where you can set the connection string, and in the genras model you can just add a required parameter for the name, as well as you have to set the string length as well, because just I am going to set the, you can say, server-side validations. So here we have a string length property for the server-side validations, and if you want to add a string length is 10, maximum length is 10, but I want to required only. Okay, so here we have a required attribute for the genras. Now just I'm going to add the next one, that is app settings.json. Just I'm going to add a connection string. So here we have a connection string, and inside the connection string you can say that here we have a default connections. And you know that GitHub Copilot is it's very interesting to help me related to the next step what I doing. So after that you can just create a connection string. So GitHub Copilot provide me a connection string looking like that. It's very fine. And now just after that you have to register your connection string with the SQL Server. So by using the builder.service.add you know that add DB context, and in the DB context you have just provide the DB context name, that is application DB context. And now after that in the options configuration you have to choose use SQL Server. Okay, so very well, and now you know that everything about this, because lots of videos are provided on that topics. I know. Now the next step is to do, that is the migrations, and now after migration you have to save your data into the database table. But before this you have to see after getting the data into from the API, you will see that your data is looking like a text formatted data. Okay, so first of all, if you want to use SQL Server, then you must have to install that package in your directory, that is SQL Server. And here we have a package name Microsoft.entityframework.core.SQL Server, and here we have I accept, and after that you can see everything is fine. Now here we have a SQL Server package is existing. Now application DB context options, use SQL Server and all. Okay, so you know that the next step is to configure the SQL Server. So using Microsoft.ASP.NET Core.use SQL Server package manager have a method that is use SQL Server. You know that when we click on just control dot on use SQL Server, then you will find that that package is actually available in Entity Framework Core, but must to install with the Entity Framework Core to use SQL Server. So build dot configuration dot get connection string, in which the double quotation, just you have to pass that default connection. So map that DB context with connection string, and that connection string will be passed in the base class of your DB context, that of your application DB context, that is DB context. Okay, so everything is fine. Now the next step is to do that is, okay, so everything is clear. Now here we have a get method. Just I want to use application DB context as in the dependency injection, and here we have, you can use string values, and the post method, just you have to use genras method. So here we have a genras, and genras is there. So here we have private read only application DB context underscore context. You know that application DB context is actually existing in Microsoft.ASP.NET. No, it's inside it in the data section, and just add a constructor dependency right here. After that, you can use this context class by using this line of method where genras, or you can say that genras equals to await context dot genras dot tool list async. Actually, tool list async is existing in the entity framework core. So here we have genras dot add. Okay, now in the post action method, you just pass this underscore context dot genras dot add genras. Okay, and that is, here we have two methods is created. The first one is get all genras, and the second one is the post. Okay, so here we have a builder dot use authorizations, and here we have a app dot use course. Just after that, you can use app dot use authentication. Use authentication, that means you can just go for login process as well as the you can use for your file permissions. So here we have get all method is already created with the observable of that return genras DTO. So here we have a create method in which we can pass model, that is the create genras DTO. Okay, so that's fine. Now after that, you have to use and so return this dot http client dot post, that is the base URL, and that is model. So here we have get all create genras DTO. So create genras DTO is a component. So save changes, create genras DTO colon create genras DTO, and here we have, just I'm going to pass, just I want to create a new array, or just you have to say just I want to know this dot genera service dot, first of all just call that method that is create. So create, and in which you can pass create genras DTO dot subscribe, and here we have know that the response message, just I want to go for the router dot navigate URL, and the next one is the error message. Just I want to show if it is, if you have any errors and in the server side, then you can handle it here. So how to handle server side error? that is the next part. I will show you how to handle the next server side errors in Angular. That is the next part. So here we have a next method, and here you can say that just I want to just console it, that is success, and that is the error message. If it is, if you have an error message, so that is console.log error, and this dot router dot navigate by URL. So thank you guys for watching this video, and keep watching all other videos. If it is created, then you will say that it's good. Okay, so serve your ng by using the ng serve command, and you can notice that all the forms are created, but the list of the genres, list of the movies will not display. So in the next part, I will show you how to handle the server side errors, and as well as in this video, just I'm going to show you the list of genres. So here we have a generic list like that. Okay, instead of the common list, so just I'm going to pass it here. Okay, so Angular movies like that, movies, list of genres, and just I'm going to create a drama. Just save it, and you can say, you can notice that drama is created. Just after that, list of the genres will show. On the console window, you can check the drama is created or not. Okay, so in the index genres index, you will see that when redirect to the index genres, here you can see that response console.log response. If you want to get all these genres right here, then you can just pass that response to the console. That is very fine, and already is there. Okay, so you can check in the console by using the inspect element, and in the console window you will see an error message, because the same API will not call that same method. And also in the API method, first of all do some migration, and after that create the database, and after that you will post that data. Okay, so the in the API method you need to do that is the migration, so that data will be fetched and the data will write on the database. Okay, so thank you guys for watching this video, and keep watching all other videos which is related to Angular movies, and interesting project, that is the Angular movie, and your and I'm going to design in the next video e-commerce project in Angular. Okay, so it's a very interesting topic to cover with the ASP.NET Core and Angular. So thank you guys for watching this video, and keep watching all other videos which is related to ASP.NET Core and Angular. Thank you guys for watching.